VIP, who you know here?
Oh, you. All these people.
You know every single person here?
Yeah. That's Bobby. That's Bailey, Byron, Brian. They brothers. Bobby and Bobby. One with a Y, one with an I.
Did you make all those names up?
Welcome back to Insecurity, the official recap podcast for HBO's Insecure. I'm Crissle.
And I'm Hey Fran. Hey, brr, 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 brr.
Ew, and it's episode 5.
Already.
The season.
I can't believe it. Almost halfway through. This flew by, dude.
It did. And this one was the motherfucker, girl. We see why they moving on.
This one was juicy.
A lot of shit happened. Yes, girl.
Let's jump in. I'm excited.
Yes, well, we open up. It's 3:30 a.m. and Issa is wide awake in her Waiting to Exhale t-shirt, bringing back the 90s. I love it. She is making the saddest little cheese and quesadilla breakfast meal.
Relatable content.
I have done this like 800 times in my life, probably. Just
Who
been like,
hasn't?
I could have breakfast in 30 seconds if I.
When you don't know what the hell to make, that's always the go-to. So I was not even
like,
mad.
Oh, something. Right. So she's scrolling through Instagram, and when she sees Nathan's names in the comments on Cocochella's page, she clicks through and she sends him a DM, which is a little weird at first because we're like, okay, really out of nowhere. Like,
yeah, I kind of got stuck at that point. I was like, did we miss something? Because why would she DM him after all the shit that they kind of like left off at that seemed unresolved?
Right. Well, they cleared it up for us because after they started talking, she thanked him for his help. So, you know, obviously we missed that part over the past month. Some shit's been going on between the two of them. And she admits to him that she's feeling nervous about tomorrow. You know, will the weather cooperate? Will all the acts even show up? Anybody who has done event planning knows that a million things can and will go wrong when you're trying to do something like this.
The shit that will fall through the cracks.
It will be the thing you did not think about.
Because there's so many damn moving parts. But it's cool to see Issa getting her shit together.
Yeah, and this is a relatable feeling anyway for what she's about to go through. So this right here is where we found out that Nathan was the person that Issa was talking to in the opening scene of the season.
So much for your help.
Yeah, anytime. How you feel about tomorrow?
You know, scared I shut down Market Street for no reason, that none of the artists will show up, and it'll be the one day that it rains in LA, but other than that, chill. So, what are you doing up?
You know, just catching up on my stories. I got the whole place to myself. Andrew's over at your girl's.
I don't know if I call her my girl.
Wait, y'all okay?
When that scene came up, I was like, oh my God, it was Nathan this whole time. That's who she talked to. I would not have thought that in a million years.
Never. Shout out to the 3 people who guessed Nathan. 'Cause y'all had it. Nobody else did.
Not the 3 people.
Yes, girl. Well, it's the day of the block party, and Andrew is watching Molly try to get dressed, but she's really not feeling it. She and Issa are clearly still not in a good place. Obviously not as bad of a place as they ended up in, but you know, Issa didn't come to her celebration dinner, right? And she don't really want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And so when Andrew actually humors her and is like, all right, let's cancel. Then all of a sudden,
like, what? No.
I have to go. Well, girl, so then what are we doing, sis?
I love it because Andrew was like, then what the fuck are we talking about? Like, cut it out.
I'm actually not even finna do this with you. I'm not even finna, Molly. You either want to go or you don't. You know you gonna put on the leotard. Let's go.
It's a jumpsuit.
They're really cute together. I like the two of them together.
Same.
He's good for her ass. So
listen, he's patient. So what more could we ask for?
Okay, and patience is what she needs. Super bad. Meanwhile, over on Market Street, everybody is setting up. Issa and the team's getting ready for the block party to start. And already she's stressing out about where everybody is, like why the people aren't there. But it just started like 20 minutes ago. So please calm down. Right now, you got one of Fran's fans on stage doing her trauma poetry. Sister.
Don't you know how much I missed ya?
SWV, sisters with voices.
I was the girl in the front. You saw there was only 3 girls. I was the one
Yes.
doing the finger snaps with the braids.
Make sure you go by her booth because she's selling purses in the back.
Yo, the accuracy was disgusting. I was so offended.
Yeah, okay. Listen, Issa had to tell the intern / EA Koya to go get that girl off. Today is not about oppression, please.
No, she said,
ma'am.
get her ass down. And then
Get
her
her
assistant was
down.
like, ban on the Badu. The shade.
Man, it's all the little throwaway lines and stuff like that in this show that just makes it. So I was actually at this point wondering how the hell Issa found a budget or a team or anything. Like, how did she even make this happen? Coordinating t-shirts and all that. But then, of course, we see her walk up to Can Get It Done Condola.
Come
I
on,
just
cute
made that up.
boots.
Stays
Okay,
dressed.
Thanks. And thanks for all your help providing the interns. But did I do something wrong? Because you kind of just pieced out and I didn't even know you were coming.
I wasn't sure that I was. Lawrence didn't tell you
Tell me what?
that we broke up.
Oh, I didn't. No, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
It is what it is. Look, I'm sorry that I disappeared on you. I just came to check in with these vendors. Everything looks really great, Issa.
She came to make sure
Thanks.
the vendors were getting checked
So sorry to
in,
interrupt.
and that was it. You know,
That's
once
about
old Blue
it.
from Spotify get here, she is gone. She don't want to see you because what Condola knows that Issa doesn't is that Lawrence's feelings for Issa are part of the reason why they broke up. So she really
Miss-
not trying to be in this girl's face right now.
Damn it, Crystal. Because you're right.
I know.
Because you're right.
I know. I know. But anyway, Koya pops up to announce that Black people are taking pictures by the step and repeat. But of course,
It's not just any Black people. It's Kelly
over there balancing on one leg
in a satin
Right.
jumpsuit.
So when Issa comes over, she and Tiffany and Kelly get on the step and repeat to take their old lady friend poses that, you know, I'm quite familiar with.
Yes.
And I love this part where Tina just like, oh,
And Derek's like, shut the fuck up. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He fucking snapped.
I'm so sorry. I have not had a nap in a long time. I'm very sleepy. That's my bad. Stay in school.
Yo, legit, he is so much funnier this season. Like, I don't
Yeah,
remember him
he
being
is.
this much of a hoot. In every episode, I feel
It's
like
the
he has the
dad
funniest
energy.
lines. Is that what it is?
I don't know, girl. I guess it's something. What I do know is Tiffany don't give a shit who's there and who's ain't. She's
Sure
just so
don't.
happy that she is not in the house.
All she cares is that the baby isn't there.
Okay, she is free. And then when she makes this joke about leaving the baby in the supermarket, they kind of laugh it off. But immediately I was like, uh-oh. Look at postpartum.
Yeah, you can tell she was like
Yeah.
half joking, half not.
Right, because she's like, where the froze?
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, she not trying to deal with no hard feelings right now.
But I
Which,
like
you
that they're
know.
tapping into this storyline or this aspect of motherhood. I'm kind of wondering if we're gonna continue seeing this play out throughout the season, because you
Yeah,
see
'cause
throughout this
postpartum is pretty
episode.
common.
Yeah, she keeps bringing up, little lines here and there that kind of give you
Mhm.
some insight that shit at home is challenging.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Kelly is over here kind of congratulating Issa in that shady friend way, where it's like, bitch, I didn't know if you had any drive, any vision. I didn't know what you was doing, why, what for, with whom.
The only way a
Issa's like,
friend could congratulate you.
Right. I ain't know what your black ass was doing, girl, but this is
But
nice.
this is good. You did good.
But when she had to switch it up because her man came over and he thinks that she's British,
I
I
was
said,
like,
first
what
of all,
is
look at
this?
Fran. It's your boy Darnell, aka
Amine.
Amine. Well, I feel like I always get his name wrong, but
He's so dope too. When he popped up, I was like, look at Issa. She's always putting dope ass people as giving them cameos on the show. It was cute to see him.
Yeah. And then Issa's dumbass mimicking the British accent at first and then being like, oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Kelly looked at her like, bitch, I didn't say you were.
So I knew from right then that this British accent was going to be something that I was going to laugh at again later, and I was correct. But
freaking them all.
Okay. As they're walking off, Issa asked Tiffany if she knew that Condola and Lawrence broke up, but Tiffany's been on maternity leave, hasn't talked to Condola, and surprisingly, Derek didn't know either, which is weird because normally Lawrence overshares.
Right.
With
So
Derek.
Lawrence
And
told
I
him
heard
too
that.
much.
I said, you know what that means? He's
What does that
ashamed
mean?
about it because he's going to have to admit to his boys that it didn't work out because he still has feelings for Issa. And he don't want to have that conversation, especially with Chad.
I was just gonna say, you literally took the words out of our mouth. I was like, you know who he don't want to tell this shit to.
I do. I know
Fucking Chad.
exactly who. The dumbass.
I can't wait
is
to
who.
see that scene. I cannot wait to see that scene.
Girl, you know it's coming. But when Koya pops back up, Issa asks if Vince Staples has arrived yet. No, of course, no word on that. But the press does want to talk to Issa, and she gets all super hype. And I thought, oh no, girl. I know what's in your future, and it's not the CNN sit down that you think it is.
This is a chance to support and uplift our community, our businesses, our food, our music.
Well, we can't wait to see how it goes. Thanks, Issa D.
Thank you so much for coming out.
No problem. So we're going to stick around and shoot some B-roll.
Okay, where can I see the interview?
On my YouTube channel.
Oh, what's it called?
I haven't started it yet.
Issa's over there on
So you
camera
hired a
talking
full
about
camera
how
crew?
she wanted to create a space for us with Black excellence on display, but the entire background is full of colonizers.
I screamed when the
Yes.
news anchor turned and said, oh. She looked back like, you
like,
mean this white man with the
let's-
frisbee
yeah.
and this other white man with the beer.
And Issa points out that, yeah, you know, the neighborhood is changing rapidly, which is all the more reason why we needed to have this block party. This is why it's so important. But she doesn't have to worry about this interview getting out and embarrassing the shit out of her because
It's going on a YouTube channel that doesn't exist.
you thought it was going to be, I'm sorry, on TV. Did you think it was going to be online, period? No, ma'am. This was basically a run through. It was like a dress rehearsal. Like-
Shout out to the actress that played the news anchor. 'Cause she was funny as hell. Her facial
Yeah.
expressions. And she was like, yeah, so, and then just walked off.
Yeah, I hired a camera crew to make it look official. Issa's like, yeah, I fell for that. I did. And is there anybody else here for press? No,
Nope.
ma'am. What? The Root didn't show up? Not Ebony Essence? Nobody? Nope. Damn, girl. You had thought. So things are starting to pick up. The guys have arrived. They're fooling around on these VR headsets. And I love the little Kobe RIP moment that we had there.
Aw.
Like, man, I know. That touched me.
Right.
Tiffany is channeling me and double fisting some drinks. And when Kelly's like, damn, girl, you pumping and dumping. But she's like, nah, you know, breastfeeding didn't really take her loss. Which I said, okay.
Once again.
Postpartum. Right.
Oh, boy.
So Kelly tries to ask her if she's okay, but she's giving her like a yeah, like, girl,
Now is not
I'm
the
not talking
time
about
nor
this.
the place.
Right. I'm going to say yes so that we can move on. Right then, Issa walks up to join them, and the awkwardness between her and Molly is apparent right off the bat because they hesitated before they even hugged. Like, girl, what?
It's that thing of doing shit you really don't
Yeah.
want to do.
It was sad. And Issa's like, oh, you know, I didn't know if you were coming. Molly, of course. I'm your best friend.
The way she said it, too, it was like, am I? Aren't I? Because Issa was like,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
sure. Mhm.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
And then my fave Amal is here fucking with Issa, teasing her about the weather, stressing her out about whether it's gonna rain, just like a brother, you know. That's how they are.
What is his beef with Kelly? What is their deal?
You know, it's like,
Do we even know where it started? Is it based on
It's-
anything?
I don't think so. I think the beef that they have is utterly fake. because they are sometimes cool with each other for, whatever brief moment. But I think these two just really like fucking with each other, joking on each other.
They are hilarious. He didn't even say hi to her. And then she was like, well, your shirt said hi.
He's like, yeah, I saw you. And he's not done trolling yet, because when Kelly and her boo are having a drink, Amal walks up and it's like, oh yeah, Kelly, remind me what part of England you from. I said, oh fuck.
She literally shouted out everything she knew from London. She was like, a biscuit toss, a fanny away from Benny Hill. She said. And they had the nerve to say she was from South Central. South Central London.
South Central London. And when he asked her about Brexit, being like, Brexit is boring. But then she made the terrible decision of asking Darnell to talk about American government. And oh my God.
He said,
this is how she got away with that accent and just throwing out random bullshit about London. Because this man said the U.S. has 2 branches of government.
Child.
The presidential and the bank branch.
The bank branch. And Wall was like, you are special.
Yeah, girl, Bank of America is where they make America's money. Duh. Get with it. It's a fucking civics lesson for your ass. You can tell Kelly is just like deeply embarrassed. I don't even think for her, but for him.
And in front of Amal, of all people that could have gone down in front of.
Because Amal is cracking up in his face. And when Kelly is like, oh, well, you're not special. I'm sorry, British people. I'm not going to fuck with your accent no more. But they do that whole fake laugh. And meanwhile, Darnell is just standing there like, I don't get it. But of course he don't get it.
This humor. She's like, yeah.
It's British humor, but, only one of these people is even British that you know of. So that isn't it. You just... It's okay. That's more than we can fix in this recap show. So. Tiffany is bopping along to the music while Derek talks to whoever is watching the baby on the phone, and Peppa Pig is not calming little sis down, okay?
Sure.
She is having a fucking fit, and she wants her damn daddy.
He's so cute. He's in full-blown daddy mode and was like, I'm going to just have to be out. And he tells Tiffany, but she's not feeling the same way.
Not at all. She was like, can you just go? And I'm going to ride home with Kelly. And he just says, you know what? Yep, babe. You want me to leave the car? Nah, nigga, you know better than that.
I love that part, though.
Drink.
I love that there was no banter, no tension, no hesitation. He was like, you want to stay and relax and party? Do that. I'm going to go handle shit. You want the car? You don't? Let me know. Boom. No big issue. I was hoping he wasn't going to blow it out of proportion.
Yeah, me too, especially because he can probably see at home that she needs a break.
Right.
She needs some time away from this, and he wants to get back home to that baby. So, I'll just hold it down while you kick it with your... Okay.
Dope
baby daddy goals.
Come on, dynamics.
The bar is in hell. It's in hell. But yes.
We're like, oh my God, he's emotionally intelligent. Goals.
Oh, wow. He's willing to watch his child.
Oh my God.
Sad. It's sad. But Tiffany does tell Amal that Derek is, the best dad. But let's not talk about dad shit right now. Let's focus on some ass or some dick. Whatever it is you got a taste for on today, let's let all that dumb shit go and have a good time. Okay. Player's choice. Whatever you want, sir.
Player's choice, bro.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Meanwhile, Andrew and Molly are chilling on a couch, enjoying the show. And even Molly, old hating ass, has to admit that Issa really did a good job putting this together.
Sure she did. And she sees how much work it took. And I love that Andrew at this point reminded Molly, this is why shit has been weird between y'all. She's fucking busy.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Putting something like this together takes a lot out of you. Maybe that's why things are off between you guys.
Yeah, I get it.
You remember when you kept dodging me for work?
Yep, and her whole face softens.
You saw that. Like you said, though, in the previous episodes, sometimes it takes certain people to figure these things out through their relationships. She's definitely doing that with him. Because he cleared that up for her in the moment, and then he reminded her of how busy she was. Didn't really have time for him either. She was like, oh yeah. True.
Went on the couch to work and left him in the bed asleep for hours. So
hours.
So, maybe have a little compassion towards Issa. She's been busy and stressed out, and you can see that Molly's demeanor towards Issa has softened, has shifted slightly because of this conversation with Andrew. Wish it could have stayed. Wish it could have stayed, but no.
We ain't there yet.
So Issa's walking around the block party when everybody's favorite Trina shows up.
Telling her she tap dancing for the white man.
Because she waved at the old boy from Spotify. Like, oh no, girl, I meant the bitch on stage literally
the
tap
literal
for these
tap
white
dancer for all the white men.
And tell Issa, they all think this is a farmer's market, right?
I screamed because he's right.
Yeah, they probably do. They've been some artisanal honey over here. I know they excited. I know they were. But right then, girl, we hear the sexy ass sound of Nathan.
OMG. Yes. And I will say I called it. Remember I said he's going to pull up to the block party. I wasn't sure. I was low-key pulling that out of
I think you did. Okay.
All right. But I was right. Here he is.
That's okay. Yeah, and not there on some hater shit there because he actually helped Issa put it all together. So she starts venting about how the whites are everywhere and Vince Staples still ain't here. And Nathan kind of does what Andrew has done for Molly in the previous scene and calms her down, reminds her that, we were at Coachella last year talking about doing this and now you've made it happen. So just stay in the moment and enjoy it. It don't matter if Randy's Donuts only brought a sign and no actual donuts.
And honestly, that was nice to see because like I said, I didn't remember where we had really left off as far as Nathan and Issa, like where their energy was. But it was nice to see he's like taking more of a grounding position for her, telling her to stay present, reminding her that what she's doing is super dope. And she should be proud.
I mean, yeah, she let go of the hard feelings, I think, when she realized she needed some motherfucking help. So.
Right. And that he was there to supply. So
Exactly. So the MC is telling the crowd that Vince Staples is not scheduled till 8. So please stop fucking asking. I was like, oh, this is so relatable. And then he brings out Sir and Zakari. I was
hey, come on, Issa. With the dope local artist. That was dope as hell. Come to Harlem.
Yes. It might be a lot of white folks there, but it looked to me like the POC were somewhere in the front. So I like that part at least. But while Issa is leaning up against a wall near the entrance, she noticed a stream of black people start to pour in. And she's like, yes.
Because we're not coming till we know Sir is on the stage.
We not coming till it's the acts we really want to see till they start. And then also,
period,
the sun needs to be setting. Niggas are not gonna go stand in the sun all day, girl.
And we're gonna be texting each other like, who's all there? Should I come? Is it good?
Save me a spot. One person cannot save 8 spots. They cannot do that.
Why do we lie to each other? Save me a spot. Meanwhile, it's 15 of us pulling up.
Right. Like that's not going to fucking happen. But anyway, Molly walks up with a ghetto peace offering of wings. Because she knows Issa didn't eat, which is true, and she is
this
just
part
getting
was
ready.
Really cute.
Yes, because they were looking at each other like they were about to just take a deep breath and have the conversation. But Koya walks up right then because Vince fucking Staples is here.
But of course, as always, when Issa and Molly are set to have a convo about it, something gets in the way.
Something happens every fucking time. And Molly does look a little bit disappointed, but obviously Issa has to go see about her fucking headliner. So
I mean, yeah, it's a block party. It's not like she's there chilling. So, but you could tell she's still in her feelings.
Yeah. So Koya takes the wings and Issa and they head on out of there. But up on the main stage, it's Alex Isley.
Brr, 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 brr. I lost it. I
know you did, girl. I said, wow. Again, this is a free show because I'm seeing like a $70 ticket here. What the hell, man?
I thought the song had just come on. Mind you, the song is called Road to You. It's one of my favorite. And I thought it had just come on, like the song's dope ass soundtrack that the show has. And then when we see Alex is actually on stage at the block party, I lost it. I stood up in my house and started clapping as if I were there.
I'm so jealous of the extras because they got to basically have this show.
Right.
Like,
so good.
Man.
Shout out to Issa. You did that.
You did, girl. Issa, the character, is on her way into the VIP tent to meet Vince and his manager when Koya's nose just starts to spontaneously bleed. It's very gross.
All over his rider while she's supposed to hand him the aquapana.
Right. It's like, girl, don't get that on my 25 slices of cheese, sis. But Issa's so excited, thanking Vince, obviously, for being there. You know, she was worried when she saw his Instagram, but no, the assistant went to Miami to get some plantains. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. So after Koya, you know, washes that face, then she will get them whatever they need. And I'm like, okay, Issa, like this was the one thing you were worried about. And I was too, that your headliner was not going to show up. But
for
he's
a second
here
time.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see the happiness radiate off of her. And guess who else is in VIP, girl?
Uh-oh. The one and only.
Everybody's favorite. That's right. Thug Yoda's back, bitch. Don't let somebody else's voice jeopardize your character, giving out hood knowledge and wisdom that the people need.
I'm mad he tells her he wants to hook her up with his lesbian friend. Immediately, though, they like just started talking. I was like, he is always so
immediately.
Random.
It's like
she's like, I'm like not gay.
I'm not, and I've told you this before. So
he said, I
don't want to
take your time.
Take your time.
What?
This man claims to know everybody in VIP. He is the Asante of Inglewood, to be honest.
He made up every name. He said Billy,
Brian,
Bobby,
Byron,
Brooke, Bobby with a Y and Bobby with an I.
Bernice. And then looked at her crazy when she was like, you made those up.
He's like, what?
Tristan is so good with the faces.
So funny, dude.
What he does with that character is everything.
I was happy to see him. I hope we see more of him. That cannot be in Doug
me
Yoda.
Too. You're going to hook Issa up with her girlfriend. That'll be how he serves here. Meanwhile, over on the stage, they're having a young nigga versus old nigga dance off, and the little girl lost. I said, damn, y'all didn't give it to the baby.
Come on, man. You can't do it with the grandpa split. You knew that was coming.
Nah. You can't compete with Unc hitting them splits, even though I feel like you should be disqualified if you can't get back up. But no.
They was asking for ibuprofen.
Do anybody got some Bengay? Come over here, rub this nigga down, please. Oh, but right then the DJ drops the wobble, so of course
hey,
the
wobble,
to the
wobble.
dance floor. Everybody wants to fucking wobble. Kelly fucked up because Darnell was like, "Oh damn, I didn't even know the wobble made it overseas." Like
international. She got to keep with the script, Kelly.
Like, sis, you letting your Negro glee take over, and
Negro glee.
You're gonna blow your cover here in a second, girl. Andrew got Molly ass together again. When she was like, "You want me to teach you?" And he was like, "You want me to teach you?" Like, ooh. Damn, girl, he had to fix your fucking gumbo, and now this. And of course, Koya drags Issa out to the dance floor, even though she's like, "Oh no, I gotta be professional, bitch. Come fucking wobble."
It's the wobble, girl.
Playing.
Just let it go. And for 2 seconds, I think that Issa and Molly are gonna be okay. They give each other that look. They're smiling. They start dancing with each other. I was like, oh my God. I knew they would be
high
fine.
Five. Yeah, it was like, you know, everything really might be okay with these girls, but they're interrupted when the MC calls Issa to the stage to introduce Vince.
Interrupted once.
Another interruption.
Again. It's just,
If only y'all had used one of the several days before this block party to talk, but you know, hindsight is 50-50. And when Issa when Issa gets on stage, you know, she shouts out the MC and the DJ, and then she starts talking about how much the block party means to her, and immediately everybody is like, Vince, Vince, Vince.
I
Vince. Girl,
screamed because she was like,
shut
I'm
up
so
with your feelings.
grateful. They was like, shut up. You know, I died. She won't give her
Immediately.
speech. No.
So then she's like,
Vince.
oh yeah, me too, Vince. But girl, Vince is out here. He's performing fun. And speaking of fun, Tiffany is having all of it. Go back and watch this episode. Tiffany is free during this moment, okay? She has been waiting on this.
I love that record, by the way.
Yes, that's what I'm just like.
Such a dope ass song.
So I know that Issa, the celebrity, has a lot of like famous friends, associates, that sort of thing, people who like hit her up. I think that's what Vince did, DM'd her like, yeah, I want to be on the show or something like that.
Oh, that's so dope. Could you imagine?
I love that. No, I can't.
Oh yeah, come through.
I think I just love seeing niggas come through for niggas.
Right?
Both on the show.
They held each
and
other
in
down.
real life.
Word.
Yeah. Exactly.
Levels.
Exactly that. So Molly and Andrew are walking around when Leonard, who is Vince's manager that we met earlier, runs up to him, you know, talking about how Vince wants to come say hi. And so then Leonard says he'll see Andrew in the back and says, you know, thanks for the hookup tonight. You was right. You know, this was super worth it, whatever. And Molly is immediately like,
what hookup?
Fuck, what is he talking about? He's like, oh yeah, Nathan asked me to help Issa with booking Vince for the show. And Molly,
her face dropped.
Pressed. Okay.
She was so pissed. She didn't even hear him after that. You could tell she just saw red.
Because she says, you know that me and Issa aren't cool right now. And Andrew makes the incredibly valid point of, I did not think you would be mad at me for helping your best friend.
He's like,
but
what is the issue? But that's it. She was seeing red. She turns to the left and sees Issa, and that's it. Makes a beeline. Immediately.
Straight over to Issa.
Straight.
Who is standing with Nathan, yes, while they say goodbye to Koya, who is now bleeding entirely through the clinic. God bless her.
They're like, maybe you should go to the hospital, girl.
She laughs. I don't have health insurance.
Relatable content. I am telling you.
Yes. And should she be driving? Absolutely not. But if you don't
says,
pay her,
I can't police her because I don't pay her.
So when Molly comes up to her, you know, and pulls it to the side, she asks if Issa told Nathan to contact Andrew, and Issa admits that she did because Nathan reached out to her offering to help, and she needed the fucking help.
And all Molly asked was that she not be involved, which is exactly what Issa did. Not involve her.
Right. Molly's like, yeah, but you still got my man to do you a favor. But okay, that's not what you didn't tell me I wasn't allowed to get your man to do.
Right.
To do
That's
me
not
a
what you
favor.
said was the original problem. So what's the issue?
And everything worked out anyway. The only person who's pressed or bothered by this is Molly, who is maintaining that they had a clear conversation about it and Issa went behind her back. And I'm going to challenge Molly on that because it clearly was not clear. If you said,
I know, and I didn't involve you.
Yeah, but you still got my man to do you a favor.
And it all worked out, right?
That's not the point, Issa. You deliberately went behind my back. I mean, I was very clear about how I felt, but I guess what? That didn't mean anything to you?
Because, Molly, you were willing to let me fail? Over what? Some random rule you made up?
It wasn't random. I was setting boundaries.
Molly, you knew how much this event meant to me. You saw me at We Got Y'all, you saw me struggling, and you decided your new relationship was more important than doing me one little ass favor?
Nigga, you stay needing one little ass favor.
Why are you doing this at my event right now? Is it
You
that
know what?
serious?
The only bone I'm going to give to Molly in this is that clearly she is trying to find her footing in this new relationship. She's testing out boundaries. All this shit's new to her. Like she said a couple episodes ago, all this is new to me. She's still trying to figure out how to make all this shit work. So there are going to be mistakes. Right. I'll give her that. But this is ugly.
Okay.
This is ugly.
It is. It is, because part of establishing boundaries is being clear about them.
Right. Clear about your needs.
Right.
Right. So the person knows what needs to be honored. That's the biggest issue in this.
Thank you, Fran, with your old healthy ass organic way of saying shit.
Come on, the woo.
Exactly
the woo.
that.
Come on.
Molly When Issa says, so your new relationship is worth more than one little last favor, Molly is like, bitch, you stay needing a favor. And
Oof.
all you do is use people. Oh, fuck. God damn.
I felt
That's
that
when
in
Tiffany
my
was
chest.
like, girls. We don't have to do this right now.
We were just having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I was over there wobbling with your shady ass. Meanwhile, you stabbing me in the back.
Stabbing you in the back. Molly, this is OD. I don't have time for your drama. Okay? You keep starting shit. You keep making up problems. You keep focusing on shit that I need to fix when you need to fix your fucking self.
Bitch, do you hear yourself? Nobody has more drama than you, Issa. Okay, you need to figure out your shit and stop using people. You use Nathan, Andrew, me, who else?
Guys, let's not do this here.
See? You are so miserable. If things don't work out with Andrew, it's not gonna be because of me, girl.
Fuck you.
Fuck me, I've been stopped fucking with you.
I should have dropped your line ass a long time
Crystal,
ago.
how did
You're
we
still the
get
same
here?
selfish bitch you
How did
always
we
been.
get here?
A failure to communicate.
How did we get from self-care Sunday to beating each other's ass at the block party? Please.
Girl, this is what happens when you have uncomfortable feelings with another person and neither of you makes it a priority to just be open and honest and vulnerable about it. Neither one of
Period.
y'all.
That's it.
wanted to
Bottom
do that.
line. That seems
And
to
you
be the
had
problem
several
this whole season, because even with Lawrence and Condola, their biggest issue was what? Neither one of them knew where they stood. They were both avoiding feelings for their exes. I mean,
I think they do now.
keyword stood, because now we know.
Right.
But it's true. I think that's the theme, is this communication issue, or rather miscommunication.
Yeah, so it got really ugly, like to the point where these bitches are bucking up at each other.
Ooh, I couldn't.
Get your finger out my face. I said, oh, they're about to actually throw blows. Like, I just got so sad. But then all of a sudden, of course, somebody got a motherfucking gun.
Someone yells, they got a gun. Someone was like, a knife. Someone said, it's a wallet. And then this person goes, it's my life. Yo,
Niggas can't have nothing. So, of course, in the absolute fucking panic, Kelly completely forgets about her accent. And poor Darnell is like, wait, what happened? Like, oh my God, boy, you so it's very
She was like, we
special.
about to get shot. Fuck the accent. Just
Nigga,
come
I am
on.
from Philly. With your dumb ass. Come over here, I'm gonna teach you about the 3 branches of government, fool. And that is how the block party ends, Fran, in sadness and
what the
panic
hell?
and chaos.
My God.
Oh, this is,
My spirit is just too much.
I mean, it's the scene we've been waiting on since the season first started. We wanted to know how we got to that point, but
That's
God
true.
damn, man. The group splits up. Kelly walks off with Molly and Andrew. She hugs Molly before she leaves. And then Andrew and Molly have a really sweet moment where he apologizes again and says the last
Aw.
thing he wanted to do was fuck things up between the two of them, which is clear because, like, I thought I was doing a good thing here. I thought
He
I
thought
was
he was
your best
helping his
friend.
girlfriend's best friend with something that
Right.
meant something to her. Like, just being a good boyfriend, a dope boyfriend, a well-connected boyfriend.
Yeah, and to her credit, Molly does look a little dejected. Like, damn, what just happened?
She did. When he was hugging
Mhm.
her, I was like, oh my goodness. Oh,
Mm.
no.
And Issa looks the exact same way. Nathan and Tiffany are with her, and Tiffany is reassuring Issa that everything will blow over. You know, she's a everything's fine type. Yeah, gives her a hug before she goes and joins Kelly off in the car. And even though Nathan offers to stick around and help clean up, Issa really looks like she just wants to be by herself. And I understand. I would too. If me and my best friend almost came to fucking blows at my event, I'm gonna need some time.
I'm
by
gonna need
myself
to
just
process some
breathe.
shit.
Yeah.
And it was good too, because I noticed the Sir song titled You Can't Save Me it comes on
Oh shit!
as Nathan's walking off, and then it starts pouring. I was like, oh my goodness, the scene.
Girl, with the good vibes only sign. Like, oh damn.
She was
what
like,
happened?
fuck your good vibes.
This day was all over the place. We started out with her being super anxious about the event, and then the regular stresses of what goes on when you're trying to throw a block party or something similar. The thrill of pulling it off and having everything go well and all your acts showed up and everybody had a good time.
And your
and then to
team
have your
was doing their
personal life
job.
just fall apart. I mean, the personal life disintegrated that fucking fast. Like, oh man.
A roller
two.
coaster of an episode, I tell you. And I thought, you know what's funny? I thought Nathan pulling up was gonna possibly be, you know, the like tricky part of the block party. I had no idea it would be her and Molly.
Right, because when you said that the first time, I thought, if Nathan shows up, it's gonna be mess. Like,
I was like, it's probably gonna be some shit between him and
destructive.
Lawrence or her and Condola, like just all their little triangles. But nope, none of that,
girl. And that's where the episode ends, with Issa and Molly damn near in a fist fight, and God only knows where things are going next week. So speaking of next week, Fran, what are your predictions for episode 6? What are we gonna see with Issa and Molly? Give it to me.
I mean,
I'm ready.
You know, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Early on in the season, you said you think that they're just not gonna be friends. I didn't believe it. I really thought something would bring them back together, but now I'm kind of siding with you after this episode. I do not see how they're gonna bounce back in the next couple episodes. Neither one of them wants to communicate. I mean, you did see some remorse in the end, so maybe there is a glimmer of hope, but I think this rift between them is probably going to last till the last episode. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see the two of them come back together before the last episode of the season.
I agree.
If we even get it this season, because this is bad. This is a low place. I do think that Molly and Andrew are going to continue to grow together.
For sure.
And Andrew will be the reason that Molly is pushed back in Issa's direction. Because like I said, she is the type of bird who don't grow unless her man helps her do it. So,
and I do see Andrew and Nathan, since they seem to be support systems for the two of them, maybe they'll kind of form like Voltron and try to get the friendship back together, back in place.
Oh, I don't think so. I think at this point they know to. No, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna deliberately go about trying to get these two.
No, you think they're just gonna be like, minding my business.
Listen, tried to help last time, and you see what the fuck happened.
Did not work.
I think Issa and Nathan are gonna start kicking it more, so maybe there will be some awkwardness if like both couples are at the house at the same time. Or something like that. Wouldn't that be a fucking
Lawrence,
mess?
and let's not forget Lawrence, because clearly something is happening there. He is starting to realize. So I am curious if there's going to be some kind of triangle between Issa, Nathan, and Lawrence now. Is she going to have to choose? Is she going to be in a position where she has to figure out which one she wants to move forward with? Yikes.
Okay. So I am going to say it. I think she and Nathan are going to be, you know, staying low and building. And then...
Staying low and building.
And then Lawrence comes through trying to get Issa back, and she struggles with it. And in the end, she leaves Nathan and she goes off with Lawrence. Maybe. I don't know. I said it and then it sounded wrong.
Or... she leaves them both and goes to TSA Bay.
No, girl. It was like when I was thinking
she's having
it sounded
his baby.
super legit. But now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, no, that's not it. I don't know what they gonna do.
I don't know.
But I do.
Okay. Go ahead.
I do still strongly feel that Issa and Lawrence are gonna fuck again. A relationship, I don't know about all that, but I definitely think they're gonna smash. Yeah.
I see it. I hate to say it, but I see it.
It's hard to not see it at this
point. And I
kind of
almost see them doing it on some impulsive shit and then later being like, why the fuck did we do that? Because it's just going to make things more confusing.
Unless, you know, ultimately Issa and Lawrence get back together and get married or something, and that's how the series ends.
Oh
be
my
like, oh, okay.
God. The mushy person in me would love that.
Oh, excuse me while I fucking barf, friend.
Yeah. Come on, Issa. Issa in real life, please. Please.
She like, please calm down.
Cute.
Stop asking me for things. We'll see. But I do think it will take something drastic and probably tragic to bring them back together. And maybe that's where we'll see Tiffany in this postpartum storyline pop back up. Maybe she'll have some sort of incident and the friends need to come together and put aside anything stupid.
Oh my God. Come on, Crissle in the writer's room. You're good.
No, me and my third eye, that bitch be cloudy sometimes. But...
And speaking of third eye, those of you in the Insecurity hashtag gave us a theory of your own where you think that looking for LaToya is actually Andrew's sister. Come on, we have to highlight the theory.
You niggas are on that stuff.
It could be because he did. No. Listen, when Molly asked him, "Where is your sister?" he said, "We don't know." She could have gotten lost in the Red Lobster, Crissle.
I don't think so, because nothing about LaToya suggested that she was half Asian.
She could be adopted.
Or y'all could be reaching.
I'm trying to side with our listeners here. They have theories. I have to bring them up.
Okay, and I'm a let you and the listeners have that theory, but I do not think LaToya is his sister. No, I think y'all are on that shit. But you know what? Watch y'all end up being right.
That
and
would
then
be
my face gonna
hysterical, because there have been many a plot and many a twist on this show that we did not
and
see
we do
coming.
not always get it right.
Hell
In fact,
no.
we frequently get it wrong. So you'll have to tune in next week to see just how wrong we were. That's right. Insecure airing Sunday nights, 10 p.m. HBO. And don't forget to check out the hashtag for Insecurity. That's INSECURITEA. Hit us up. Use the hashtag. Let us know what you think about the show.
Give us your predictions. Give us some more of your theories. Don't forget that we come out right after the episode. We are also on your HBO Go app. And if you're, maybe it's too late, you ain't trying to stay up and listen to us, we will be there the following morning.
We sure will, girl.
Everywhere
Make
you listen.
some coffee, sit on down.
Everywhere you listen to your podcast. Thanks for checking us out, y'all. LaToya is Andrew's sister.
No, is not. All right. We'll see y'all back here for episode 6.
Bye. Insecurity, the Insecure After Show, is a Loudspeaker Studios production in association with Team Epiphany. We're your hosts, Crissle and Fran. Our producers, Matt Raz.
The executive producers are Chris Morrow and Matt Raz. Our associate producer is Tyrell Worley. And the show is engineered and edited by Dwayne Crawford. Thanks, everybody.
Brr, 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 brr.